thank you to everybody that has done that work in the field.
Yeah, I mean, this event today has been 3 years in the making to reveal this art project, but really, this whole space has been over 12 years in the making, ever since we lost Keaton Otis to police violence. His father, Fred Bryant, came out 1 month after he was murdered. He
We will have free, amazing Cajun food in the back soon, so definitely make sure you get that food. There's amazing groups tabling back there as well, free books, because Keaton loved knowledge, loved education, so we wanted to provide that. Up front, there are t-shirts that I'm wearing, which are beautiful. Sharita designed them. So they're available for donation, 0 to whatever. And suggested 15, but anybody who wants a t-shirt gets a t-shirt regardless. We believe that's the spirit of what Keaton would want. So Shannon for being here, so thank you for that. You need to. And I think I'll talk a little bit more about just some of the different things we have going on, but Portland Bureau of Transportation and the American those things together. We've invited people who have been part of the struggle, most of them, the struggle for justice for Keaton. These are folks who answered the call whenever we would reach out and say, can you come share your talents with us at the memorial, at an event? They said, what time should I?
Good afternoon, everyone. Any event like this, I believe, should begin with an anthem. And the most appropriate anthem I can think of is Lift Every Voice and Sing, written by James Weldon Johnson and his brother Rosamond. Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. And I think this second verse is very, very important. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughter, out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the bright gleam of our white star is cast. And this is the basis of our belief. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on our way, thou who hast bowed
my refuge, the light.
Keep us forever in the path, oh Lord, we pray. Bless our feet straight from the places of God where we met thee. Bless our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath the hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. Amanda! My boy!
Y'all need to give it up for Marilyn Keller again. That was stunning, Marilyn. I can't imagine a better way to start off this event. Keaton was so full of Black love and focused on Black community, and no better way to start than with the Black National Anthem. So just want to share a little bit more about the different elements here at the event. And then Sharita's going to come up and talk a little bit more in detail about the process for the art. Is that, yes? Okay. So, again, we are so thankful and grateful to Keaton's family, to Keaton's friends, to his loved ones who were part of this 3-year process, sharing Keaton with us so that we could make this event to honor him, to honor Keaton as a person. It's important to raise up the larger fight against police brutality, against police violence, against white supremacy, against everything that took Keaton from all of us, from this community. But we have to honor Keaton as a person. Keaton was not a slogan and not a chant. He was a beloved human. And so he was a community builder, which is why we wanted to all gather together in person to come together and honor his work. As I said before, Keaton loved knowledge and books. So we're very thankful to Street Books for being here, as well as to the Multnomah County Library Black Cultural Community Engagement Team, who donated the free books in the back as well. Keaton loved food, so we knew we had to feed y'all. So there's, as I said, there are snacks and water, but we also have Right Bayou Cajun in the back, who is going to be providing free food for folks. So definitely make sure to grab some of that. Keaton had a t-shirt company, and actually his friends are carrying that on and restarting that company, so definitely be on the lookout. But Sharita absolutely said we have to have t-shirts to honor Keaton. And that is how we got these beautiful t-shirts. And again, please get one. If you can donate, great. And if not, spread the word. Keaton loved nature and flowers. So we have all of these beautiful marigolds here to honor him. The marigolds were donated by Solstice Flower Works. So again, we're just trying to pull together different people we have lost who have been murdered by police as people, as
beautiful, quirky, funny people who we have to remember. So I want to bring up Sharita now to share a little bit more about this process. I've been doing work in community for a long time. This has been one of the most beautiful, generative, loving processes I've had the honor of being part of. And it is thanks to the many people who volunteered as part of the community visioning process. We had 8 rounds of feedback and input. We had concentrated 3 rounds that many folks here participated in that helped us to conceive of this. But we would not be here without Sharita Town's brilliance, her creativity, her genius, her determination, and her saying, we're just gonna get it done. So when I tell you that Sharita is a superhero, please believe me, y'all. So I'm gonna bring up Sharita.
Clap even louder for Walida and Marisha, everybody. Yeah. Walida came to me in the spring, I think it was April or May of 2019, and she asked me if I wanted to help with an art project to honor Keaton. And out of my respect for Walida, I was like, of course, let's do it. And so that was over 3 years ago. And we've had 8 rounds of community visioning. So we met in the basement of the Augustana Church. We made a hotline that people could call and inform and say what they wanted the material to be. We also, showed a video of Fred Bryant talking about Keaton, and we took written feedback. We met online last summer 3 times, kind of iteratively, and we had different groups of people come and inform the artwork. And so we kind of broke it down into themes and what we wanted it to say, what we wanted the material to be or to not be. And there's so many components that we still want to do, but what you're seeing in front of you is one of the components that everyone agreed had to come first, and that's the kintsugi in the street. And kintsugi, this Japanese art form, golden joinery, it's to mend and repair a broken pot instead of to throw it away. And it's in that mending that you actually make it stronger. And so I think it's interesting to see, all the time that we spent filling these cracks in the street, and you see 4 different eras of concrete of the city, right? So you think about time in that way, how much time has passed, and how much longer, how long these cracks will continue to be here, and we'll continue to mend and repair them over the years. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody that came out here and spent so much time filling these lines. I think that sometimes the lines kind of look, as you can tell, like rivers. In fact, the 2 lines that are on the plaque are actually the Willamette River and the North Saskatchewan River in Canada, where Keaton's family live. Because we wanted to kind of hold him between these 2 rivers and these 2 places, and still think of him and his memory as this very fertile thing that continues to breathe life back into us in this community. So I hope that in the future, as we continue to, make more visible in the street this story and find different ways, both hard materials and soft materials, like more flowers, permanent planters, etc. I just hope anyone that wants to be a part of it is a part of it, because really the mending is about the healing that is for Keaton's family, and all of us, right? So I just wanted to say thank you again to everybody being here. So that's it.
And in addition to Sharita, we had an amazing core group of folks, especially Riddhi and Joshua, who have been putting in work every step of the way. And over the 3 years, Sarah, Donovan, Rossi, and Marta, just helping to conceptualize of this and hold this space. Y'all have no idea how many Zoom calls it took. Was that we were going to give Keaton his crown, because Keaton said that black folks were kings and queens and we needed to remember that. And Sharita said, we got to give Keaton the crown that he deserves. So I think that is one of the most beautiful things that I've heard. And as Sharita said, this is phase one. We have plans for other phases. My goal is to take the whole street, and then the community, and then the city, and then. But if you would like to connect with us and support the ongoing work, you're welcome to reach out to us through Justice for Keaton Otis on our Facebook page, and we will keep folks updated. So next, I want to bring Black Butterfly, who is an incredible sister poet I have known for decades. She has been dropping beautiful poetry, but always in the community. And I've seen her in community spaces, youth organizing spaces, behind prison walls, wherever community is, that's where she is. And she is one of those people who for years when I said, would you please come and read some poetry for Keaton, no matter how busy she was, she's like, what time? I'm there. So please put your hands together for Black Butterfly.
Peace and powerful blessings, everyone. How are you? It's bittersweet, right? But after all this hard work, we're here commemorating this amazing man and life. And he's one of so many. And it breaks my heart. Most discussed, talked about demographic. I am worn, battled, and scarred. My armor, a bit penetrable in spots, but not visible to the naked eye. I have seen, fought, and endured many injustices, and my journey is not yet over. Miles and miles of sweat and tears I've endured for years. I wear my she-rose on my arm as battle gear. Underneath, fragile and in need of care. Who will look after me? I have bore the brunt, the weight, the plight of humanity's insanities. Where's my mate, my counterpart, my rock in human form? Wet nursed, nurtured, raised young and old, women and men, and a plethora of children. I stand alone. That is a dedication to every mother who has had to bury their child. Be there for them in whatever way you can, even if it's for a hug, a drink of water, a smile, but just show up. Don't allow this to go as a lonely journey. Show up for them. Be there for him. Sorry, I'm a bit emotional. I have a son, and it concerns me when he walks out the door. So thank you for showing up. While the world was in a panic, children of the Most High are standing, preparing for a great revealing. Only God knows how we're feeling. Ready for the harvest of the righteous, rejoicing, praying day and night, and looking forward to the judgment of the wicked. Fall, Babylon, fall, Babylon, fall. Fall, Babylon, fall, Babylon, fall, fall. Signs are being revealed. The winds of change have stilled. Scales are falling off the eyes, the unlearned becoming wise. We know who's our provider. We call Jehovah Jireh, he who has supplied manna from the sky. And fall, Babylon, fall, Babylon, fall. 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 Fall, Babylon, fall, Babylon, fall, fall. And the walls came tumbling down. And the walls came tumbling down. Thank you. Ashe.
Thank you so much, Black Butterfly. That was incredibly just beautiful. Thank you so much. I did want to share, if folks hadn't seen this gold little, what is the word for that? News bin. Thank you, Sharita. Sharita, who, again, is in charge of all of these different elements, still had time to make prints of Keaton and bring this news bin. So please open the news bin up. There are beautiful prints of Keaton that you can take with you. You're welcome to take a couple if you have places to put them up. So I just wanted to bring that to light because we showed up and Sharita was like, look what else I made. I was like, how? How did you do this? How? So again, want to thank folks for masking and for staying off of the gold since it is, again, curing. So it is still very soft. So next up, I want to bring another incredible poet who has answered the call for Keaton many times, Emmett Wheatfall. And he not only, the first time I asked him, he said, well, of course I'll be there. And then he came and wrote an incredible poem for Keaton. I thought he would just read one of the many poems he had that was relevant, but he said, no, I needed to honor Keaton, and so I needed to write something for Keaton, which was just stunning. So please put your hands together for Emmett Wheatfall.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here on this occasion to remember, to memorialize a young man's life who was cut down in the prime of his life. I think many of you would agree with me today that we're living in a nation today where people are not really listening to their political leaders. They're not really listening to their religious leaders, their social justice leaders. But I am so glad that on this evening, in an evening that we want to remember and commemorate and memorialize the life of Keaton Otis, that you would listen to the poets. I happen to believe that poets are our secular prophets in our world today. So would you put your hands together for Black Butterfly? I remember when Keaton Otis was murdered. I lived in the city. I remember May of 2010. And I, as a black man, as a black poet, I had to write about it. And so, on this evening, for this occasion, I share with you my original poem written in the honor of Keaton Otis, The poem is titled, I Remember. I remember. I remember. Oh, how I remember that day. I remember that day as if it were today. Like Sonny from Will Smith's AI movie, I, Robot. Murder! 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 I remember the day Keaton Otis was murdered. It was swift, like wiffle balls whistling through the air without provocation, like rock stars thinking they're on some kind of vacation without justification, like impunity saturated in nullification, like one of my poems missing rhyme and a meter, like philosophers disemboweled of reason. Imagine an entire entree served without seasoning. It brings to mind the thoughts of burden, the sympathetic kind that brings a father to his knees, and the heartache of another to beg and plead. It's like tea leaves swirling around in a hot cup of tea. Please, Portland, enough, enough of these. That attempt at arrest, for all it's worth, I call it immoral, illegal, and unjustified captioned mess. A seismic eruption of injustice. A kind of laissez-faire a lazy man would dare. I hear Langston. I hear you, Langston Hughes. I, too, got the weary blues. I, too, got the weary blues. Murder comes to black people in many ways. More so these days, you and I would say. Some of us are executed in our sleep. Others, where black and brown people pray, like little black boys like Tamir Rice come to play, where people of color meet and greet. We are murdered on country roads and on our inner city streets. Does anyone recall the corner of Northeast 6th and Halsey, where Keaton Otis was seized upon and fallen? I take no joy whenever I'm here, but when I do, I stand here and stare. Why? Because I remember. I remember the Oregonian quoting me 3 times. One time, how on God's green earth does justice reconcile it? 2 times, how on God's green earth does justice reconcile it? 3 times, how on God's green earth does justice reconcile it? So, I continue to shout, justice! Oh, justice! Where are you? Why? Because I remember. 12 years have since passed, of course, when officers of the Portland Police Force executed that young man using lethal force, letting bullets fly like rice paper kites tossed into a lofty day sky. Why? Why? I ask why? Why? If you want to know, I think the ghost of Fred Bryant, Keaton's father, still sits here. He frequents here. If it were my son, I know for sure you would find me here. Could the ghosts of Kendra James, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Eric Garner, George Floyd, and so many other dead black men and women frequent here? Let us not forget Joe Beams Keller's son, like short string left untied. His life too, undone. I will bet every hair on my black head today that every one of them will say, I remember. for they are members of that growing fraternity. Hands up, don't shoot. And I can't breathe. Mama! I want all of you to know this. Yes, all of us who are red, yellow, black, brown, I hear you, Langston. I hear you, Langston Hughes. I too got the weary blues. I too got the weary blues. So, who was and is Keaton Otis? I remember. Will you?
Thank you so much, Emmett. That was so powerful. Just incredible. Whew. I'm just sitting with that, y'all. That was beautiful. So next, I want to bring up one of my personal heroes, Irene Kalanji, who helped to start the Pacific Northwest Family Circle. If y'all don't know about this incredible visionary organization, there's many mothers, especially, who have lost children to police violence. And they came together to organize, to offer us leadership. They brought this beautiful banner you can see in the back that has only some of the names and faces of the beloved people who were murdered by police. But Irene is someone who has continually inspired me. The vigils would not have continued without her work, without the work of Pacific Northwest Family Circle, without the work of Rossi. They stepped in and filled the void when other people couldn't hold that space. They are an integral part of why we are here today. So please help me invite Irene up to the stage.
Sorry, Valida, make me cry. Hello, my name is Irene Kalonji, and I'm the mother of 19 years old Lavan Christopher Kalonji, who was killed by Clackamas County Sheriff on January 28, 2016. I'm sorry, I'm emotional now after Valida's speech. I could not barely believe what was happening to me and my family. I did not know where to turn. Two great comforts come to my door not long after this devastating experience. It was Jason Renaud and Joanne Hardesty. Joanne told me about Keaton Otis' vigil. She said a community was waiting to support us with open arms. The first time I came to the Keaton Otis vigil and told my son's story, I felt the genuine support and love Joanne had promised me. I noticed the people who gather in here each month made me feel stronger. They actively support me in my justice struggle for Christopher. And Fred Bryan, example, show me the way to go about the justice struggle. The Keaton Otis version is a big part of how I came to co-found Pacific Northwest Family Circle. We unite families whose loved ones were killed by police and work to hold police accountable. Here, families create space where each loved one can be honored in all the ways we work. Every community, every family does this differently. grieving and celebration share this in common. There is no wrong or right way to do it unless we try to do it alone. Storytelling and difficult conversation are at the heart of how we work at Pacific Northwest Family Circle. Before I go, I want to recognize the huge storytelling labor that was necessary to make this permanent memorial a reality. By centering loved one, Keaton Otis, this team was able to secure a permanent and government sanction, memorial for loved one killed by police. That was extraordinary. Along the way, we know this process involved many difficult conversations with a diverse group of stakeholders and decision makers. Families themselves were grateful for the many chances to provide input and our love's experience. Community contribute too. We work together diligently in our grief, in our joy, all together. Tomorrow, I know we will be carry on diligently working towards police accountability in honor of Keaton and Fred and all lives stolen by police. Today, so, we will celebrate our success and each other. To all the people who contribute to this effort, Pacific Northwest Family Cycles families send our heartful thanks and gratitude for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Irene, for your amazing words, for your amazing leadership. It means so much to have you here. Unfortunately, Fred Bryant couldn't be here, but I feel like your leadership and vision, the love that you have for your son, he's able to be here through you. So thank you so much, Irene. And again, I want to acknowledge the 3 years that took us to get here, but again, the 12 years that really took us to get here, and the countless people who have helped to hold this space. And Pacific Northwest Family Circle, as I said, Irene, and especially Rossi, who has been holding us down. We're doing hybrid vigils now, online and in person, so we got to have multiple folks holding us down. So many organizations. Asians for Black Lives has been integral to this work, showing up for racial justice. Portland Cop Watch, Portland Black Lives Matter back in the day. So many individuals. So just because someone has a mic doesn't mean they're the one who did all of this. We would not be here without dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of folks who have stepped in to hold Keaton's name and Keaton's memory. And this is about honoring Keaton. It's about honoring the work of his father, Fred, to remember his son, to fight for justice. And it's about connecting it to every single other loved one murdered by police. It's about connecting to every issue and injustice that has brought us here. Fred always said that his fight for justice for Keaton was justice for everyone murdered by police, was justice for the whole Black community in Portland, was justice for Black people in America. And I appreciated that framing that he brought so much, so that we can see and honor this beloved person, and also know as we fight for them, we are fighting against the system that took
took them from us. And I know that there are other family members who have lost loved ones, and I am so thankful that people are here, and I send so much love. I wish that Keaton's was the only name we had to remember, but unfortunately it's not. There are so many names of beloved people who have been murdered by Portland police, by police in this region, by police across the nation. And unfortunately, that list grows continually. We could not say the names of all of them. We would be here for days. So we raise up the names of the folks we can, and we fight for them. And I appreciate, again, everyone coming out. And I want to remind folks that we have to be part of this movement in whatever way got us here. So learn the names of the beloved lost ones here in Portland. Support the families and their leadership. Join in actions and join the movement however you can. I think that is the way ultimately to honor Keaton and to honor Fred. So next up, we are going to actually have some amazing drumming to get our energy up. I'm going to bring up Yingwana Kosa, who is a phenomenal drummer. He has lent his talents to other causes for Black justice. I met him at the Black Existence March a couple years ago, and so thankful that he has agreed to bring his talents here with us. So we're going to make sure they have space to set up. Then we're going to do some drumming, and we'll come back for some more, another speech and a couple hip-hop acts. So, you know, this might be a good time to grab a little food, grab some water, and come back.
Greetings. I love you. Do you love me? I love you. Do you love me? I love you. My name is Mr. Yingwana Kosa. I was born in the Republic of South Africa. I have seen a whole lot going on. But that is for another day. Let's take a minute. I want you to look at the person next to you. Tell that person you love him, her, and give a big hug. Why I'm saying this, we need to start talking about how we love each other. We don't have to wait until it's too late. And if you don't have nothing to say, don't say anything. All you have to do, we need to talk good about each other. Because this is what we have right now. As grown in South Africa, some of you knows about the apartheid that went on. And I was part of them. But what hurts the most is not the dying. Is going to tell somebody's mom, your son is not coming home. That's the worst part that we have seen. And again, children, they're supposed to bury us. We're supposed not to bury our children. But we're living in this world which is, I don't know how to mention it. But I'm going to tell you a story about my grandfather, who was a Dutch, lives in Holland. That means my mother was half black, half white. When I visited my grandfather in Holland, before he greeted me, he came with 2 containers. He gave me 1 container. And then he says, let's pretend we cut each other and put the blood in the container. Then we go to judge. If judge can tell me or tell us this blood belongs to black, this blood, then there is black and white. But instead, judge throw us out of the court because there is no black and white. It's dark skin and a light skin. And the judge reminds us, and again he says, I want everybody right now, look at your palm of your hand, everyone. It's not black and it's not white. We all have the same color at the palm of our head, the one that makes us do stupid and good things. So I'm going to leave you with one thing. Let's stop looking at the outside. Let's look at each other from within, inside. Because for me, I'm a rainbow child. I belong to Mandela. And without music, I don't think I will be here. Even when we beat the British 1800 and something, when we go to war, we were singing. And most people, they get fascinated. Music, it's power. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Yingwana Kosa for that drumming, for bringing that knowledge, that cultural knowledge, that deep knowledge, just something Keaton very much appreciated. So I'm going to bring our last speaker up, and then we're going to have two amazing hip-hop artists. I'm going to bring up Dr. Pastor Haynes. He has been answering the call to justice since he was 13 years old. He is the coordinator of the Albina Ministerial Alliance's Coalition for Police Reform and Justice. He has worked with countless organizations fighting for justice across the country. And he is incredibly busy all the time. I have no idea how he does all the things he does. But whenever he has been asked, he's said, just tell me the time. And he came and spoke at one of the first annual memorials for Keaton when Fred was still here. And it meant so much to Fred Bryant to have a community leader like Dr. Haynes come and say, your son mattered. He was precious, and we will fight for him. And that left Fred speechless with joy. So I am incredibly thankful to Dr. Haynes for everything he does and for that gift that he gave Fred in the very beginning. So please put your hands together for Dr. Pastor Haynes.
What's his name? 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 It is important to call the name of those who have fallen in the struggle, those who have been victims in the struggle for freedom, justice, and equality. Memory is important. The spirit of the ancestors crawled out right now. Keaton's spirit calls out right now. Fred Bryant's spirit calls out right now. Aaron Campbell's spirit calls out right now. The spirit of the many across this country are calling out continuously for justice, for freedom, and for equality. I had the opportunity on Fred Bryant's last days to come and minister to him. And as Fred looked and took some of his last breaths, he said, keep the struggle going. Keep the fight for justice and truth going on. Don't get weary, but keep it going on. And I delivered this message to you today. Don't get weary, because thousands have marched and it has not changed radically. Don't get weary, because more are still being shot in the streets across this country as well as the city of Portland. Don't get weary, because it seems like there are dark forces that are uniting together to stop the progress of bringing justice and police reform to our nation and to the community. Let us remember that this thing has been going on for a while. Let us remember that the freedom fighters for abolition against slavery didn't get weary. Frederick Douglass didn't get weary. Harriet Tubman didn't get weary, but they kept on. Let us remember that in the midst of deep segregation, that Dr. Martin Luther King didn't get weary, that Malcolm X didn't get weary. Let us remember that when the backlash comes, to keep fighting and to keep struggling. when they see that you have gotten weary, that is the opportunity for them to claim victory. When they see that there is not a mass population that is still fighting for justice. We may not fight in the same way, but we have to continue to carry on the spirit of justice for Keaton Otis and for the many others that have died. This thing is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You have to keep running. At the age of 13, I ran with Dr. Martin Luther King. At the age of a college student, I ran with John Lewis and ran with Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael. At the age of 20, I ran with Hugh P. Newton and Bobby Hutton. I haven't stopped running because I know this. There's a universe arch in the universe, and that it bends towards justice. And eventually, if we keep unifying as a people in solidarity, justice will come. It may not come on your time, but it will come, and we shall be victorious. Thank you very much.
That's right. Dr. Pastor Haynes always spits that fire. He's been carrying that fire for decades. Thank you so much for bringing that energy, that reminder, that framing for us. So we're moving towards the hip hop portion, y'all. The fun. It's all fun. It's all amazing. But I did just want to say again, we do have T-shirts up front, so they are for donation, but they are also free. So if you don't have anything, take a T-shirt and use it to spread the word about Keaton. So 0 to whatever, no one gets turned away. But next up, I want to bring Fabian John, who is an incredible hip-hop artist here in Portland. He was also one of Keaton's best friends growing up. He's carrying on Keaton's legacy, his T-shirt business, his community work that they did together, and he has generously came and shared his words, his remembrances, his art with us, and he's here to do that again today. So please welcome Fabian John.
How y'all doing? It's nice to be back in front of a mic for a minute, for a change. I'm basically like a stay-at-home dad now, so this is kind of fun. I'm gonna be real with y'all. But I grew up with Keaton, and it is cool to see what Fred started actually, and what Walida has been able to continue, and a lot of people that have put in effort just for this to even be here. It's pretty cool, and me and Keaton shared a lot of different things together as far as like aspirations and dreams and communication between each other about all different kinds of things, what we wanted to do and what we wanted to see accomplished for the city and for ourselves, and different ways to bring diversity and communication and art together into the scene was huge for us. And so to see just the spirit lead into this is like awesome. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that has contributed and has put heart and soul into this, because it means more than just gold filling the cracks in the streets and a plaque on the corner. It means a whole lot. So I just want to make sure people understand that and they realize that. So thank you to everybody that has put in the work. We really do appreciate it. So with that being said, I'm going to go into my first track. This is called Black America. Go ahead, cue it. Hopefully it comes in good.
my bad. I might need to help out with some technical assistance. Word. Yep, that's what's up. If you could turn me up a little bit, or turn the beat up a little bit, that's what's up. It's like this. Yeah. They turn the roads to a war zone, dipping through the city blocks, still smelling tear gas. Homeland roam streets like beat cops. Your lops got folks disappearing fast. Lit a match when we seen about 30 thou, marching loud through the streets with a fist raised. Black power brown and proud with some white love, not afraid of rubber bullets and them pepper sprays. So this is what you get when the oppressed speak, and finally capable to play a bigger role. When they kill our kids, don't express grief and justify by labeling us criminals. See, in the city, we've been at it for a while though, still trying to get justice for Kendra, been hoping some soldiers adjust their agenda, come stand for the cause and say fuck the dilemma, like don't go to sleep now, gotta stay woke. They hope we chase hoes and waste votes. They hope we chase gold with no gems left for the next gen to shine and break mold. Stop planting them seeds that help pain grow and rebuild them bridges they put flames on. Be free or deceived. When you read politicians, it's clear that the devil wears plain clothes. This is Black America, the soul, the strength, the character, got the heart to prevail even when they dig laws up to bury us and build black barriers. So I know deep down they really scared of us. Unified, you and I will shift plans. Nah, the revolution won't be televised, but you can catch a live feed on the Instagram. And this is Black America, the fabric of the flag that you wave high. And it's difficult to have the same pride when you know it got established with slave trades and slain tribes, right? Jim Crows and lynch ropes. I mean, they buried my ancestors with checkbooks. Then everything I learned was a lie, because they never took the time to write about it in textbooks. I watch them industrialize prisons, similar to cattle, how my relatives living. Profit every time that a nonviolent crime brings a young brother down for a mandatory sentence. Twisted, modern day slavery, early death for the young, black and gifted. Wonder why we in them streets all this time underneath Plymouth Rock. Now we strong enough to lift it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they really understand though, man. This has been going on in the city for a long time. And just because we ain't had a community to really express it, man, it doesn't mean it ain't been happening. You know what I'm saying? Hey, for real. And this is Black America on a catch-22 when you're founder, still bound to face the same outcome. Marching with dreamers or standing with Malcolm. So how come I'm supposed to accept generations of death, greeting death, different knees on the neck, Glocks getting squeezed to the back when I didn't choose to freeze for the threats I'm perceived as a threat. Ever since my young adolescence, I was still wrestling with perspective. It's hard to respect that badge. Seen brothers bag that they didn't have a heckling and sweats. Better digress before they think it's all far-fetched. We're trying to play the victim for the press, even though there was decades exploiting and demonstrating the worst. Never showed the hood at its best, the beauty to the mess. The reason why we sacrifice flesh and remain loyal to a street address, funded deep in the chest. Every young gunner who done overcame odds and received some success. We don't breathe the same breath, we don't really take the same steps. Probably put us under one flag, watching history repeat, cause we don't really learn from the struggle as a nation. We just run from the past, love guns and the cash. Euros that run real fast, souls getting sold for the flash. Don't take it as a jab, but many of these rappers wouldn't talk about injustice till they put it in the bag. Bragging about the tags, repping Louis V's more than Huey P's. Getting caught up in the profit of pursuing dreams. Great American race, just stare a bear in the face for what's chances, stage mics and movie screens. Buried up with pedestals, still competing for status, we show with better Jews. Let us really give praise to our people who done raised their own wealth and they paid for some better schools. They are united and educated, will never lose. Been a long time dying over red and blues. With the white in the middle, no excuse, it's the truth that we always gotta navigate and weather through. And this is Black America. Yeah. You need help on the next one? We all good. Hey, this track is called Freedom. Freedom. Let's do it, come on. Hey. Some got it, some don't, but we all want. And for the right price, you can live life. And we all want. Hey, 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 hey. And we talking about, it's easy to lose and gets harder to keep. Everybody got dreams, but the way life puts you on the move, you can hardly sleep. Trying to stay neck and neck with the Joneses, end up Johnsons. Can't recognize yourself. Start cutting corners on the conscience, narrowing your optics, then become a shell of yourself. I like to say, one time for my brothers in the institution, standing firm with the system on their shoulder blades. 2 times for my mothers who refused to quit and did it solo off the heart and the soul they gave. Thank God for good folks and soul music. Get you through some rough days and them long weeks. Won't always find a reason for the rhyme, but when life changed the rhythm, better make sure you won't beat. Yeah, hey, cherish it now. Make the most out the time you can. You better stand for your. Calculate each chance and recognize the consequence in the end. It could result in you. Hey, ain't no other choice as a man. I'ma have to stand and fight for my. Hey, let me fight for my. Hey, hey, hey. You can notice how fragile it can be when the world going through a pandemic. We applying our own limits. The news propaganda got us fearing the planet and every other man in it. Less empathizers, way more cynics, self-righteous agendas and them contradicting lies. Everybody up against the system while embracing all the methods that contribute to infringement on our rights. Life ain't cheap, freedom ain't free. Democracy was never guaranteed. It's a practice from wars to civil rights. There's many who get it life. I could have a very small chance of relaxing. Work 60 hours, let Uncle Sam tax it. Paying for the college till I'm blanket in a casket. Fresh off a paper lease, running from a trail that forever labels me as a threat to the masses. We all want, you know, the freedom of love, the freedom of choice, the freedom of faith. But how much do you need to be safe? You faced with new threats, then you cool with the freedom they take? A lot of folks getting pushed to their freedom to hate. Ready for war, no reason for a peaceful debate. While others still grinding just to bite. Sweet taste of life, praying that we really free to be great. Just let me live and I'll make sure it's reciprocal. But just respect the individual, beliefs in my principle. Take time to go beyond the visual. Find out I'm far from the typical. Life get critical. Folks' freedom going up for sale. They can't even rent it with some bail money. Still hungry after working overtime on the grind, trying to find liberty with some real money. We won't. Some got it, some don't, but we all won't. And for the right price, you can live life. And we all won't. That's what's up, man. Put your hands together, man. Come on. Freedom. Some got it, some don't, but we all won't. Yeah. And for the right price, you can live life. Some got it, some don't, but we all won't. Yeah. Some got it, some don't, but we all won't. I love y'all. Thank you for coming out, man. Much love. Peace out.
Give it up, y'all, for Fabian. That was incredible. I'd gotten to meet Fabian. I had met him and met him through his mom, who also obviously knew Keaton growing up. Heard him speak about Keaton, was like, this is brilliant and powerful. And then I just happened to be online, and I was like, wait, that looks like Fabian doing music. This is amazing. So thankful that you came out and shared your talent with us and all the work you're doing for Keaton. I want to remind folks, in the gold news bin, we have amazing prints of Keaton that Sharita printed. So feel free to take one. Feel free to take numerous ones if there are places you know you can put them. Let's put Keaton's name and face all over. Again, reminder, get t-shirts. We are going to have one last performer, and then we're going to actually hear from Keaton's sister. But we're not leaving then. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some music. We're going to eat some food, build community. But this performer, Mike Crenshaw, y'all already know. I don't even need to say more. I just say your name, Mike. Michael Crenshaw is a powerhouse. I met him in 1999. I was planning a community event for Mumia Abu Jamal, a political prisoner. Mike Crenshaw was already a superstar. I was like, will you come perform at this event? He's like, yeah, of course. What time? Always here. So Crenshaw has always consummately done incredible music, but he has always gotten his hands in the dirt and done the work. And that has been so inspiring to me. So I want to welcome up Mike Crenshaw to do what he does, y'all. Thank y'all.
See, I don't stare. We've been right here for years. Thank you for everything. I say this every day. I wake up and I pray. These are the words I say. Generosity over animosity. Keep it positive. Little people watching me. What are the chances? What an oddity. 1 in 10 billion. I won the lottery. Identity. Physically channel infinity. Black history, embody the chemistry, bounce from captivity, announce activity, creativity, the remedy for limited energy, choice necessity, poised for destiny, successfully, hoist aggressively, raw strength, 1/10 of the recipe, details change, flexibility's everything. We come from everywhere, what's something I don't care, I see, I don't stare. We've been right here for years. Thank you for everything. I say this every day. I wake up and I pray. These are the words I say. Visualize your wildest dreams. The time is now to put it down, it seems. Actualize your deepest thoughts. Give thanks, go to work, keep my fingers crossed. I'm not trying to be deep, but I am not sleep. You in the trap lacking, supplying police. It is what it is. See, the kids gotta eat. We get it how we live while we dying in the streets. Walls and distractions, pause and imagine. Laws of attraction, positive action, bars and compassion. Cause and reaction, walking my path and I'm confident smashing. Everywhere, what's something I don't care. I see, I don't stare. We've been right here for years. Thank you for everything. I say this every day. I wake up and I pray. These are the words I say. Ashe. Thank you to the ancestors. Power to those who have passed. Power to the grieving. Power to perpetual resistance. Power to victory. Yeah, y'all. Thank you all who volunteered. Thank you, Walida, for being out here for 12 years. Thank you to the spirit of Keaton Otis and Fred Bryant for continuing to energize us and the cause and the fight for liberation for all people, man. You know. Let's play some more music, you guys. Some of you might know this joint. The question is, how much longer? Yeah. We need to celebrate accelerated salaries. You know it's either felonies or dollars earned hourly. Hidden artillery embedded in the calories. They know we gotta eat. So extinction is policy. I accept no defeat. That's my personality. Their biggest nightmare is actual equality. What we have right here is actual equality. Nobody fights fair except that reality. They got technology, evaporate your arteries. No remorse, responsibility, or apologies. They seek to see me in the clink, the penal colony. I just want to see the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Sometimes I feel like that. Get a round trip ticket, baby, I'll be back. I've been up all night. Here my bags are packed. I gotta get away and find some time to relax. Say, how much longer? Will we take it? There's a better world out there. We will make it. Tidal wave. In the levee breaking. Water rising. Wash it all away. We survived for centuries against a violent enemy. High intensity, white supremacy attack, fall back, think and act defensively. Graveyards, hospitals, and penitentiaries. Continental invasion, mental enslavement, murder, rape, extermination, racial hatred is sacred. Hidden evident in all the war in my face, kid. But how much longer will we take it, and how much stronger will it make us? Cops and handcuffs, propaganda, who do they serve and protect? They do not defend us. Get off my back, I've got to stand up. Mike Brown, Eric Garner, Oscar Grant's blood in my veins and arteries. The pain is part of me. It is what it is, but it ain't what it ought to be. If we change ourselves, can we change society? How much will we take it? There's a better world out there, y'all. Tidal wave. And the levee breaking. Water rising. Wash it all away. Make me want to white them up like metal in a microwave. Want to wet them up like a Fukushima tidal wave. When they lie through their teeth and we die in the streets, they see my eyes and it's beef because my identity is under attack. If I'm young and I'm black, it's not the gun that I'm packing, but the skin that I'm wrapped in. Exploitation and execution. Slow pain and confusion. Cocaine and delusions. Stupid music to dilute the movement. Counter-revolution. Who the youth be shooting? And it just gets more intense. It gets more serious. I'm not convinced of shit, so I explore curious rather than complacent. Looking for the future and the data that is ancient. It's so mysterious. We just slaves to temptation. Craving sensation. We'd rather feel good than change the situation. But how much longer will we take it? Hey, if you feel the music tonight, do that windshield wiper type thing. And the levee breaking, water rising, wash it all away, yeah. Big shout out to Arietta Ward, singing that hook. There's a better world out there, y'all. Tidal wave, in the levee breaking. It's about that time. Water's rising, wash it all away. You know, we see this every day. Every time we look at a screen, on a telephone, on TV, on a computer, somebody that looks like me, somebody that looks like Keaton Otis, somebody that looks like Kendra James is getting murdered. You know, and the question is, you can be resilient, you can be strong, but if you continue to be strong day after day for decades, for generations, the question is, what does that do to us? They say we don't die, we multiply. But what are the consequences? I got questions, y'all. Thank you. Y'all want to hear another joint? All right, let's, can you skip forward to Don't Push? You see, you know how to, got it. Yes. It's called Don't Push. Here. Born after me and die before me. More tragedy in those kinds of stories. With your capacity to defy transforming circumstances from loss to glory, yeah. Acquisition of that position. Fact and fiction and impactful wisdom. See, cats go missing from bad decisions. Catastrophes, cataclysms in this labyrinth of a massive system. I didn't get to see you before you went back to prison. Facts, opinions, and basic truths. You better respect an OG that's paid his dues. Now don't. Lose. Don't. I'm close. I'm trying. You know what, y'all? I'll tell you something. I wish you would have done what I was afraid to do. My own limitations to frame of truth. Total liberation for me and you, yeah. That's the conversation that I came to move. And I've been dedicated to a dream like most of my life. Educated through devotion and sacrifice. Focus on hope and acting right. To prioritize passion, you have to fight. And I'm clear about the fact that they want to kill me. Low down, greedy, filthy, guilty. Architects of darkness at a harder target. Maximum damage before my departure. I'm trying to escape the pain and hate. Pills and powder, drinks to the face. Parasitic, bureaucratic, draining maze. I praise the end of this dreadful phase. Now don't. I'm close. I'm trying not to lose. Now don't push me. I'm close. I'm trying. Look, y'all, I think it's time to relocate somewhere outside the United States where we're classified by class and race and my cast in place dictate my fate. We gotta visualize and actualize beyond genocide and the fratricide. I'm trying to emphasize and amplify, simplify and be satisfied. They trying to hypnotize and pacify, de-emphasize what I magnify. If you open your eyes, don't ask me why. For freedom to thrive, someone has to die. I don't do this because it makes me rich. It brings me joy when life's a bitch. I'm not a boy, I survive adolescence. They could not destroy me, so I learned a lot of lessons. They say, dumb it down, make it more accessible. It's too political and intellectual. In order to be a successful professional, you need to be more violent, be more sexual. Pussy, dope, guns, murder and money. Incarcerated niggas, yeah, that shit's funny. Silicone in the Playboy bunny. Killer drones and turned up dummies, now don't. Hey, it's been good. You feeling? Nah, don't. You know I'm close. I think we're all close. But we trying not to lose, y'all. All we got to do is look at the streets. You know what it is. I could get academic. Some would call it late stage capitalism. Some would call it the advance of fascism. We got to survive either way. Let's continue to be serious. Let's continue to share joy. Thank you. One love. Peace.
Y'all give it up for Mike Crenshaw again. You already know, y'all. It's just been beautiful to see all of the artists who have been part of this work for so long just together up here today. Thank you everyone for coming out. It's beautiful and overwhelming in the best of ways. So the last speaker I'm going to bring up is Alicia Gartley, who is Keaton's sister and Fred Bryant's daughter. And she has been a part of this work. And when Fred passed, in her grief of losing not only her brother, but also her father, she has given us the support, the permission, the love to continue doing this and holding this space. So please help me welcome up Alicia to speak and say some words.
I'm literally shaking right now. I did not think that I was going to get up here and say anything. First and foremost, I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. As I was telling Walida when I got here, this is so overwhelming. Like, if my father was here right now to see this with all the work that he put in, it's just more. It's breathtaking. I just remember the first day we found out Keaton passed away. We drove over here because we didn't know if it was him or not for sure. And we had just saw something on the news about it. I remember we parked right here. And while we were sitting in the car, like just overwhelming, like, I don't know what it was. I really couldn't say what it was, but it just came over me. And I just knew at that moment that that was my brother that was gone. And we didn't find out like officially till 2 days later. And so for this space, for you guys to do the things you did, thank you so much. Like no amount of words can like say how I feel about this. My dad's other son, his oldest son, actually passed away 10 months ago, the same day he did. So it's been a lot going on, and I just think that the community coming together like this is, especially in our times right now, is just beyond beautiful. So I really don't know what to say, but again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, Alicia. It's incredibly meaningful. Thank you. So we are closing out the program portion, but you don't have to go home. We wanted to end a little early so that people could have space to eat. We have this incredible free food in the back to honor Keaton. We have these free books. You can paint a crown or a tree. Please stay and build with one another. Keaton was a community builder, and we have continually tried to make we've tried to make space at every event we've done to carry on that legacy of building community in Keaton's name. So every time we have a vigil, we ask people to meet someone new, to connect with them. So I invite you all to stay, to connect with other incredible, beloved people who came out to honor Keaton and all of our lost loved ones from police violence. And this is a very obviously sad and painful day, but it is a day to celebrate what an incredible person Keaton was. There is no way to separate that from the pain, but we have to feel the joy too, because Keaton was precious. He was full of joy. And that is how we honor him, is by building community, by loving one another, by taking care of one another, and by fighting to change this unjust system that stole Keaton's life and stole this precious person from us. So we're going to have some music. Please stay. Get to know someone. Please eat this good food. Please take a poster from the golden news bin. To keep calling it the news bin because I forget the name of it. They're beautiful prints. As I said, if you have places to put them, take multiple. We want Keaton's face everywhere. And if you want a t-shirt, please get one, period. Money, no money, take a t-shirt, because this is another way that we honor Keaton, that we spread his word. Someone can say, oh, what is that? And you can share with them who Keaton was. So, you know, if you don't want to, if you're like, I have enough t-shirts. I don't think you do, but if you do, that's fine. But if there is anything inside you that is like, I dream of having that t-shirt, take one before you go, please. Thank you again to everyone. I'm going to read out thank yous. It is very long, and that is because so many people came together to make this day possible. And I want to say that. And we're not even going to be able to name everyone because I can't name the dozens of volunteers who came and put in the work. I can't name every volunteer who got here in the muggy hotness and put up these tents and all of this. But I want to thank the core organizing group, Sharita, the superstar, Riddhi, Joshua, Sarah, Donovan, Martha, Rossi. I want to really thank all of the volunteers here. I want to thank all of the performers and speakers for coming and for everything they do every day. I want to thank Serge showing up for racial justice, and I want to thank Harold, who coordinated all of the volunteers, which was amazing. I really want to thank Andre and Friends of Noise, who did the sound today. If y'all don't know about Friends of Noise, you need to. They're an incredible organization. All these organizations are incredible. I want to thank Unite Oregon, who brought PPE and water for all of us. Thank you to Jenny and Shannon for providing ASL interpretation. Thank you to Solstice Flower Works for donating these beautiful marigolds. Thank you to all the folks who are out here documenting, especially Ruben, who has been running the live stream so that Keaton's family can be with us around the globe. Anyone who wants to join can be with us. Michaela for filming, Kendall for photos, everyone else documenting this. Send me the photos, please. I want to thank Laura and the Street Books crew for bringing the books that Keaton loved. And thank you to Tamara and the Multnomah County Library Black Cultural Community Engagement Team, who gave us these free books that you should absolutely take. If you know someone who would want to, I mean, they got Miles Morales Spider-Man graphic novels, y'all. If that's still left, you should get that. I really wanted to shout out Ryan, who coordinated every day, was out here every day for 6 days from 6 or 7 a.m. to the afternoon, making sure all of this happened. So much thanks to Dre and Proactivists of Oregon for volunteering, keeping us safe here. Thanks to Mac, Keith, Christian, and Salvador from the Regional Arts and Culture Council. Thanks to the PDX Child Care Collective for loaning us toys for the kids area. Thanks to Theron and Kaylee with Right Bayou Cajun for the amazing free food that y'all have been eating. Make sure to get some. A really big thanks to Lloyd Eco District. They have been very helpful in navigating the complexities of bureaucracy. Thanks to Asians for Black Lives for helping to spread the word, for helping connect us with the interpreters. Again, just so much love to Sharita and the Black Art Ecology of Portland. And, thanks to Kim and Peabot, who helped us actually get this space closed off. I hope I'm not missing anyone, y'all, but thank you. And thank you to every single one of y'all who came out. So again, please get posters, get t-shirts, get food, meet each other. We'll be here until 8, so. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.